Where's the Lucy? Hurry up and come and get your cookie. Oh, so it's 7:20 in the morning, and it's going to be, I think, 68 degrees today. So I'll be able to open the door in a little while, and it'll let some light in. So, just having a look at all my mess. Isn't that funny that you clean your house before you decorate? And you actually have to do it because, like I said, you got to get baseboards, you got to get places that, you know, you wouldn't normally be able to get to when you get big trees in the way, and, you know, all that kind of thing. So, I mean, right now, my mess is just clutter. So, once I finish decorating this tree here in a little bit, I will vacuum. And this is why I put lights on the tree. Harry stood in the back here, and I always tell him, when you put the lights on, and see, I always tell him to get like these kinds of branches, the skinnier ones. They're easy to work with, and you can slide them back. See, I always, see, he puts them on these big fat branches like this, and you can't slide them back. Let's try this again now. So, whoops, that's curled there. So yeah, see, you're supposed to tuck those lights back. You go to the front of the tree, you see the lights are tucked back a little bit. Harry has them where you see them like this. Before I decorate this, I think I might have to come here and move these lights around a little bit. Like, see, like this should have been on this branch where it's pushed away. I don't know why he does this. He likes to help put the lights on. That's why I let him do it. And he knows it's a lot of work to run around the tree here. So when he came home and I still had to put the lights on, that's why he said, oh, I'll stand in the back here. So anyway, I don't know if I have the willpower to fix that. I think I'll just have to cover it the best I can with ornaments like I do every year, because I just don't want to do that. I think what I'm going to do after I get this tree done, I'm going to go ahead and put my village together, because everything's clean. I just have to put everything back and fluff it, and that won't be hard at all, because everything's already set up, everything's already plugged in. I just got to plunk stuff down, you know? And then I have to vacuum all this tree stuff up off the carpet. And then this room will be done, except I got to get into the shelves over there. Like, I got smokers and I've got Christmas ornaments, and I'm going to redust over there. But I put that candelabra up there. So then this room will be finished, and then I can get this swing back over here. And then this will be out of the way. This room has been dusted, it's been vacuumed and everything. So this room is finished. And so let me just show you the tree. I hope it's not too dark. So that's the tree when it's not lit. That's what it looks like. And I remembered that I had some other ornaments. Remember that big ball I said I didn't know where I was going to put it, the big ornament? So I stuck it there. I think there was something else that I had put on this tree too. And then when I was going through the dining room yesterday to get the lights out of the bag, I was like, I forgot a bunch of things. Oh, you know those little garlands, those little icy garlands? I'll show them to you when I go back over there. But I put those on the tree. I was going to put these on, but I'm going to put, these are those garlands that I got over at Hobby Lobby. And I think I'm going to put them on this garland here at the china cabinet. I started thinking, instead of making winter garlands to put up over my mantle, the one that's in my bedroom after Christmas is over anyway, I always just leave that up during the year anyhow. you know, through the winter. So I was thinking, why should I make another one? Because it's pretty neutral that I can leave it through the winter. And then this one that I just made for my dining room, it's very winterish, right? So, I mean, it's not Christmassy. It's just winterish. So I'm just thinking after Christmas is over, I will probably just leave that up. The trouble with that, because you burn the lights through the winter, you have to, every other year or so, you have to take the whole thing apart and you have to string new lights on. Either that or go buy a new lighted garland and, you know, re-put everything back together. But that's okay. So I don't need these now for that, because I will put that on there. And then I had all these ornaments that I bought from Hobby Lobby. I completely forgot that I had these. So when I go, I think my hooks are in the box with the family room Christmas things. And so when I find my hooks, I've got to put these ornaments on. And I have to put on, where's those acorn? These acorn ornaments. I've got to put these on. So I got just my cup of coffee and I've got a Christmas movie on, and so now I'm going to start decorating. What I need to do is I was using a grapevine wreath in addition with this for the last few years, but I mentioned that I wasn't going to do the grapevine wreath this year. So I've got to still put this wood garland, because that's what it is. It's a garland made out of wood. I have 2 of those. I got to get those on the tree. Then I'm going to start putting on my picks to fill in. But this tree, it doesn't really have any. Well, one thing I didn't know that I packed away was some of my sticks from last year. I mentioned in a few vlogs back that I had picked up some more from my front yard when I was cutting the grass the last time. And I thought I was going to have to go get more today. So it looks like I might not. Oh, here's another one. Oh, 2 more. So with what I gathered and then this that I saved, I should have enough of that. So here's what I do with this tree. Because, I mean, it's one tree, but it's for 2 rooms. So I've taken my ornaments that I used to decorate this tree with, and it's more like kid-friendly, if you will. You know, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, that kind of a thing. And so all of those ornaments I put on the back side of the tree. And when I changed the theme for this to my woodland theme tree, that's when I went and started buying a lot of, you know, animals, you know, wildlife animals and things like that. And that's pretty basically what I put on the front. And then I'll incorporate like bells and mittens and things like that. Anything outdoorsy really goes on the front of the tree. And then, for example, like these kinds of ornaments, and I haven't dug out my ornaments yet. These were just laying on top there. These are the ones that I put on the back side of the tree. And I love this Santa Claus face. This thing is so old. I got this, actually, I think at the same time that I bought that tree. So, my kids kind of grew up with that a little bit. So, this is what I mean. So, probably most of this I took off from the front, because this looks like all the outdoorsy and, you know, wildlife sort of things here. And actually, I always put this cuckoo clock on this tree, and I was thinking about this ornament when I was thinking about ornaments that I needed for my German garland for in here. So I think I'm going to hold this out. And I don't know what happened to the clip of it. Where's it at? I mean, I don't even see the hole. Oh, there it is. It's at the very top right there. But I'm going to, I think, put this on that garland. So I'm going to save this out. That's a really old ornament too. That thing's probably almost 20 years old. Oh, here's a pick. I can put that in. So, yeah, this is all the stuff for the front. So now I've got to get, these should be all the ornaments for the back. And I see another one down here. Yeah. So there's that. So I'll just have to look through my box. So that's what I'm getting ready to do next. I'm going to put the ornaments on. After I get the ornaments on, these little holly picks, I will put these on after the ornaments to fill in spaces. Then probably what I'll do is work on getting the burlap in there as well. Matter of fact, you know what? I think I'm going to put the burlap on first. Then I'm going to do the ornaments. Then I'll put those in. I'll put these in. And the last thing to go on is bows. But before I forget, I have ornaments in the dining room, and I better get those. I still haven't found the hooks yet. I hope I have some. And look what I completely forgot about these too. Instead of putting these on my polar ice tree, I'm going to put them over on this tree. And I have this bag that has all those owls and other woodland things that I bought. And guess what else I forgot about? I remembered the burlap, but I forgot that I had these. I got so much this year, it's hard to keep everything track in my mind. So I've got to get this on too. Okay, so what I'm going to do, yeah, I got to get this garland on first if I can do anything else. So with this, I came around and then went around and came around this way. I'm talking about this wood garland. So now this, I'm going to start up here and I'm going to bring it the opposite way, crossing over it. Last year I remembered I bought, I think this was one spool like that of this whatever this is. I forget the name of it now. But anyway, this is almost the same. The holes on this one's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. I decided, burlap, that's what it's called. I decided what I was going to do. Instead of trying to weave this like a garland, because I only had enough last year that I could do the front of the tree, I'm going to cut them in sections that looks like that's maybe about 10 inches, 10 to 12 inches. I'm going to cut them and then I'm just going to, like, you know, scrunch it up into like a ball like this and then just plunk it into the tree. I was thinking about that this morning. I thought, you know, since yesterday, I don't know how many times I said plunk it. Plunk it or plop it is probably the words that I'm going to use for just stick it in there. So anyway, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to, since I have two different types, the tightly woven and the loose, and I've got two sections, I'm just going to use one section for the front, do one for the back, and then I'll come with this just to kind of keep everything, you know, uniform. And so that's the next thing that I'm going to do. And then hopefully after that, I can just put ornaments on the tree.
Santa's coming to town.
Oh, okay, so I'm putting my sticks in now. So the front part of the tree is finished with all the ornaments, the garland, everything. I'm putting these on, and you just want to make sure that when you're putting any live sticks or anything in your tree, or even any of these kinds of things, you want to make sure that, you know, imagine yourself if you were bending over or if you were a small child and walking by. You want those things out of the way so like it doesn't poke anybody in the eye. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because I even had to do that. This one that I put on here and this one, I actually had them out a little bit far. And I was thinking, you know, what if I was bending down to pick something up? You know, that could have, like, caught me in the eye. So it's nice to put real outdoorsy things in your tree and all these other kinds of, you know, picks like that. But again, you just want to make sure safety first. And another thing, I just had this idea. I was trying to find a place for that cardinal. He was over here, and I put this other stick in the way, so you really couldn't see. So I put him on the branch, and I think that's what I'm going to do with this one, too. And that makes it, you know, pretty real as well, if I can get him off of there. So I'm going to put this one there. Now you see the back sides of them. You know what? Okay, so as I had that one bird looking that way, when I went to clip it on this one here, he was also facing that way. So I came from the back side, so he's flying in from that way. But that's an idea too. You got little birds that you can clip on. So I thought I would share that. But anyway, this is the front part of the tree so far. Still got more to do, and I got to get to that back side. Alright, finished with this tree, and I'm just cleaning up scraps and old ribbon and things that I've been finding in here. And so I've got everything on there, and the last thing that I did, this was ribbon that I used to put on my tree. I don't know if I had this on last year. I don't think I did. And I still had a whole bunch that was on a spool, and it was on one of those great big huge spindles. So I just made a bunch of bows and stuck them around there like that. And then I made them for the other side, and I'll take you to the other side. So I had a hard time getting that star up there. I bought that star last year, and I got it on there, but I think I had to wire it on a little bit. I don't know what it is with the tops of these trees. It's hard to get things to stick on there. So anyway, I took an old bow that had long strings, and I put the strings to the back, and I made like another little, I tied it real tight so that won't move, and made another bow, and then put another bow with it. I'll show that to you. So anyway, this is now finished. And what time is it? It's 11:45. I gotta clean up here, vacuum, and then I gotta put my tree skirt. This is the tree skirt that I have. And I'll put that down. And this guy needs to be turned around a little bit. So, here we go. Now I'll show you the back side of it. Okay, so this is the back side of the tree. And of course, like I said, you know, we got a little bit of wires here and there sticking out that you'll see it in the daytime. I tried to cover them the best that I could, but I didn't want to take it all apart and all that because I've got too much to do. At night, you're not going to see it, but it's just, you know, I got this window right here, so it's bringing all the light on there, you know, exposing everything. But there's my elf who crashed into my tree. Isn't that sweet? And I got a little elf right there too. So that's the back side of the tree. Now what I'm going to do, I need to take a potty break and get some water. And then I'm going to come back in here, vacuum all of this up, get that together. Then I got to go clean out front over here and get the tree skirt down. And then, like I said, I have to dust again, you know, the glass and everything. And I'm going to start pulling things out of there. Try to do here, you know, get my angels up, do all in here in the bathroom. And then I'll get up there. It'll be afternoon by the time I'm working on this kitchen here. Right now, it is 11 o'clock exactly. But I need some water. Okay, so here's my Christmas village, and so this is a whole new setup, how I've rechanged everything. I told you about that. So I first get all my people positioned after the houses, then I start putting all the trees and everything down. Those trees over there will get straightened up when I put the snow. Now I need to start adding snow, and I'm actually going to come out here and do a thin layer of snow to go around. And then what I do is I fluff snow and I cover all the cords so you don't see the cords. And then I look where maybe like right in here, you know, I might put some snow in there But that's what I do to hide all my cords so you don't see it. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now. Alrighty. So getting all of this set up. This has probably taken about an hour of my time. But I'm going to turn it on for you guys. And the last thing that I do is what I call let it snow. And I got to get some scissors. I got to trim that away. But what is let it snow? Let it snow. I get my different kinds of snow and I sprinkle it on. So I just get my bag, grab a big handful, and then just do this and let it fall wherever it falls. So that's what I'll be doing now. Alrighty, so that is the Village 2014. Of course, we can't see because of the window here. Let me turn my blinds. Okay, so there it is. A little bit dark. Alrighty, and there's the back of the tree. My doggies already have messed up my tree skirt. And now I'm out in the kitchen working away. I gotta get in here next, but Brian helped me get all this stuff down. And I put Christmas lights up. They need to be straightened up in there. I know they're crooked, but when I go and put things up there, I'll fix them. So that is 200 lights, 50, 50, and 150. So now what I have to do, some of these pieces that are above, like the stove, you know, they get a little bit greasy, you know. So I'm going to just wash everything, clean everything real good. So that's like when I dusted all of this stuff. Remember, I washed everything before I started decorating a couple weeks before, and that's why. So everything, when you take it back out of these boxes to put everything back, it's already clean. So that's what I have to do now. And now I have a new mess. But all this that was up there has all been taken to the shed out in containers, and I still got to get this down. I forgot this piece here, and I forgot a couple pieces there. So these I will put in there when I'm done with my garland. This is the reason that I encourage people to freeze dinners, or like if you've made a lot of something, instead of leaving it in your refrigerator for leftovers, and sometimes we don't always eat our leftovers, put it in the freezer for days like this. So I have lasagna here, I have stuffed shells here. So all I had to do this afternoon was make some sauce, which I've done that. And now I just need to get a dish to put those in and heat it up. And I'm just going to heat it in the microwave because it's completely thawed out. And that's our dinner today. So it's time to eat. I just got out of the bathtub. I decided to soak today instead of taking a shower. It's 5 minutes, no, it's 8 minutes after 5. And look, it's almost dark out. So this is why I encourage, you know, freeze some of your meals, because that's what happens. Hello, Daddy. Harry's home. So I'll be doing this after dinner. But let me give you an update. So there's all the carolers.
It's Birdie and Lacey.
And there's all my elves. And I forget what all I had up there. I had elves and something else. But since there's things missing, I will have to get something. Oh, I know what I could put over there. I bought that mousse. So then,
Birthday again.
oh, thank you. Oh, and I forgot to put this candle away. And then, so I always put those bulbs there. And then there's that. And then there's my snowman with my snowman and my snowman. And then I got my tree on. So this room is all clean and finished. And this room is all clean and finished. So I showed you the village. I showed you the tree. I cleaned and dusted everything, moved pictures around. And let's see, is there the switch is right? Oh, this is the one that doesn't work. But anyway, well, I have snowman there, Santa there, and the little snowman there, and down in here. If I turned on the other light, you'd be able to see it. You'll see it tomorrow. But anyway, so there's that, and I showed you that up there. So anyway, that's what I did today. And now I'm going to eat dinner, and then above the door is, I'll work on that after dinner, and I'll show you guys that tomorrow, and maybe tonight I'm going to put my nativity together. We'll see. But anyway, that's it for me today. Say goodbye, girlies. Goodbye.